hello and welcome everybody to Favorite Farm and Soil Enriching Technology. I am David Elon Brown. That's right, David Elon Brown. Let me rearrange this here. Don't want to see the board in the background. We got some light. Well, anyway, do the best you can with the webcam you got and make it work. Yes. So, how's everyone doing today? Today, I want to get want to go over something that, as a farmer, grew up in a farming family. Well, I don't want to spoil it just yet, but there are many things in the industry today that have changed, and some for the better, and some I feel for the worst. Um, and this is going to be one of them. And a lot of people are probably going to cry foul and all of this, but if you're a vegan, don't watch it. If you're a vegetarian, ovo-lacto vegetarian, don't watch this. No, and I'm not talking about meat or anything, but I want to bring this to you. Let's just get right into it. The health benefits of raw milk. Okay. And I'm going to read from this article from rawmilkfacts.com and do my little comments throughout. Excuse me. There's little mention in the mainstream media these days of traditional foods having healing properties. Sure, there are tons of hype touting unfermented soy products, vegetable oils, and supplements as modern saviors, but in reality, these items have risk to benefit ratios like many drugs do. Few people are aware that clean raw milk from grass-fed cows was actually used as medicine in the early part of the last century. That's right, milk straight from the udder, a sort of stem cell of foods, was used as medicine to treat and frequently cure some serious chronic diseases. From the time of Hippocrates, I will pronounce it that way, thank you, to until just around World War II, this white blood nourished and healed uncounted millions. Clean raw milk from pasteurized cows is a complete and properly balanced food. You could live on it exclusively if you had to. Indeed, published accounts exist of people who have done just that. What's in it that makes it so great? Let's look at the ingredients to see what makes it such a powerful food. And I'm sure there are people crying foul already, going, oh no, mistreatment of animals. Riding a horse, is that mistreatment of an animal? How about giving your dog a leash or a collar? Is that mistreatment of an animal? We'll get into it. Anyway, proteins. Our bodies use amino acids as building blocks for protein. Depending on who you ask, we need 20 to 22 of them for this task. 8 of them are considered essential in that we have to get them from our food. The remaining 12 to 14 we make from the first 8 via complex metabolic pathways in our cells. Raw cow's milk has all 8 essential amino acids in varying forms depending on the stage of lactation. About 80% of the proteins in milk are caseins, reasonably heat stable and for most easily to digest. This remaining 20% or so are classed as whey proteins, many of which have important physiological effects, bioactivity, and easy to digest but very heat sensitive. These include key enzymes, specialized proteins, and enzyme inhibitors, immune globins or antibodies, and metal binding proteins, vitamin binding proteins, and several growth factors. Current research is now focusing on fragments of proteins, peptide segments, hidden in casein molecules that exhibit microbial activity. Lactoferrin, an iron-building protein, has numerous beneficial properties, including, as you can guess, improved absorption and assimilation of iron, anti-cancer properties, and antimicrobial action against several species of bacteria responsible for dental cavities. Recent studies also reveal that it has powerful antiviral properties as well. Anyway, two other players in raw milk's antibiotic protein enzyme arsenal are lysozyme and lactoperoxidase. Lysozyme can actually break apart cell walls of certain undesirable bacteria, while lactoperoxidase teams up with other substances to help knock out unwanted microbes too. These immunoglobulins are extremely complex class of milk proteins, also known as antibodies, provide resistance to many viruses, bacteria, and bacterial toxins, and may help reduce the severity of asthma symptoms. Studies have shown significant loss of these important disease fighters when milk is heated to normal processing temperatures. Well, we know that for a fact on anything, even the fruits or vegetables. If you heat it up, you kill all the necessary vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. All right, carbohydrates. Lactose, or milk sugar, is the primary carbohydrate in cow's milk, made from one molecule each of simple sugar, glucose, and galactose. Let's see, make sure I pronounce that right for all those that are in the English. Galactose. It's known as a disaccharide. People with lactose intolerance for one reason or another, age, genetics, etc., no longer make the enzyme lactase and so can't digest milk sugar. This leads to some unsavory symptoms, which, needless to say, the victims find rather unpleasant at best. Raw milk, with its lactose-digesting lactobacilli bacteria intact, may allow people who traditionally have avoided milk to give it another try. The end result of lactose digestion is a substance called lactic acid, responsible for the sour taste in fermented dairy products. Besides having known inhibitory effects on harmful species of bacteria, lactic acid boosts the absorption of calcium, phosphorus, and iron, and has been shown to make milk proteins more digestible by knocking them out of solution as fine curd particles. I know there are probably people also saying, well, you're taking away the mother's milk from the calf. Well, if you do it correctly, you're not. Give the calf her milk as well as get some milk. You know what I mean? Make it an equal thing here. Let's work it out. Or you can go to raw goat's milk. They're probably going to say the same thing. And now they got camel's milk. Fats. Approximately 2/3 of the fat in milk is saturated. Good or bad for you? Saturated fats play a number of key roles in our bodies, from construction of cell membranes and key hormones to providing energy storage and padding for delicate organs to serving as a vehicle for important fat-soluble vitamins. All fats cause our stomach lining to secrete a hormone, oh boy, cholecystokinin, or CCK, which I love because that was a big one, which, aside from boosting production and secretion of digesting enzymes, lets us know we've eaten enough. With that trigger removed, non-fat dairy products and other fat-free foods can potentially help contribute to overeating. Consider that for thousands of years that the introduction of hydrogenation, there we go. See, I had my tongue, my teeth wrapped around one of the hydrogenation process, or pumping hydrogen gas through oils to make them solids, and the use of canola oil from genetically modified rapeseed, corn, cottonseed, safflower, and soy oils. Dietary fats were somewhat more often saturated and frequently animal-based prior to about 1850. Animals in the U.S. were not so heavily fed corn or grain. Use of butter, lard, tallows, poultry fats, fish oils, topical oils such as coconut and palm, and cold-pressed olive oils were also higher than levels seen today. Now consider that prior to 1900, very few people died from heart disease. The introduction of hydrogenated cottonseed oil in 1911 as trans fat-laden Crisco helped begin the move away from healthy animal fats and toward the slow downward trend in cardiovascular health from which millions continue to suffer today. CLA, short for conjugated linoleic acid, and abundant in milk from grass-fed cows, is heavily studied polyunsaturated omega-6 fatty acids with promising health benefits. It certainly does wonders for rodents, judging by the hundreds of journal articles that have been come across. There's serious money behind CLA, so it's a sure bet there's something to it. Among CLA's many potential benefits, it raises metabolic rate, helps remove abdominal fat, boosts muscle growth, reduces resistance to insulin, strengthens the immune system, and lowers food allergy reactions. As luck would have it, grass-fed raw milk has from 3 to 5 times the amount found in milk from feedlot cows. Vitamins. Vitamins have been written about. The two groups of vitamins, water and fat soluble, and their contribution to health. Whole raw milk has them all, and they're completely available for your body to use, whether regulating your metabolism or helping the biochemical reaction. That free energy from your body, let's do it again, that free energy from your food for you to eat. They're all present, and ready to go to work for you. Just to repeat, nothing needed to be added to raw milk, especially that from grass-fed cows, to make it whole or better. No vitamins, no minerals, no enriching. It's a complete food. That's why I don't understand why the FDA and all the other regulatory government agencies want to regulate it so highly. And I understand that they're regulating it to protect the people, but if you found a cure for cancer, would you not want your people to have it? Minerals. Our bodies, each with a biochemistry as unique as our fingerprint, are incredibly complex, so discussions on minerals, or of minerals, or any nutrients for that matter, must deal with ranges rather than specific amounts. Raw milk contains a broad selection of completely available minerals ranging from the familiar calcium and phosphorus on down to trace elements. The function of some, as yet, still unclear. A sampling of the health benefits of calcium, an important element abundant in raw milk, includes reduction in cancers, particularly of the colon, higher bone mineral density in people of every age, lower risk of osteoporosis and fractures in older adults, lowered risk of kidney stones, formation of strong teeth, and reduction of dental cavities, to name a few. An interesting feature of minerals and nutrients is the delicate balance they require with other minerals to function properly. For instance, calcium needs a proper ratio of 2 other macronutrients, phosphorus and magnesium, to be properly utilized by our bodies. Guess what? Nature codes for the entire array of minerals is in raw milk from cows on properly maintained pastures, to be in proper balance to one another, thus optimizing their benefit to us. Enzymes. The 60-plus known fully intact and functional enzymes of raw milk have an amazing array of tasks to perform, each of them essential in facilitating one key reaction or another. Some of them are native to milk, and others come from beneficial bacteria growing in the milk. Just keeping track of them would require a postdoctoral degree. To me, the most efficient health benefit derived from food enzymes is the burden they take off your body. When we eat a food that contains enzymes devoted to its own digestion, it's that much less work for our pancreas. Given a choice, I'll bet that busy organ would rather occupy itself with making metabolic enzymes and insulin, letting food digest itself. I agree. The amylase bacterially produce lactase, lipases, and phosphates in raw milk, break down starch, lactose or milk sugar, fat, triglycerides, and phosphate compounds, respectively, making milk more digestible and freeing up key minerals. Other enzymes like catalase, lysozyme, and lactopyridoxase help to protect milk from unwanted bacterial infection, making it safer for us to drink. Why wouldn't it be a benefit? I don't understand. Yeah, I mean, I do understand, but I don't understand why they want to get involved in that when it's a God-given thing. Milk contains about 3 milligrams of cholesterol per gram. A decent amount of our bodies makes most of what we need, that amount fluctuating by what we get from our body. Eat more, make less. Either way, we need it. Why not let raw milk be one source? Cholesterol is a protective repair substance, a waxy plant steroid often lumped in with fats. Our body uses it as a form of waterproofing and as a building block for a number of key hormones. It's natural, normal, and essential to find it in our brain, liver, nerves, blood, bile, indeed every cell membrane. The best analogy I've heard regarding cholesterol's supposed causative effects on the clogging of our arteries is that blaming it is like blaming crime on the police because they're always at the scene. Seriously, consider educating yourself fully on this critical food issue. It could literally, quite literally, save your life. Beneficial bacteria. Though the process of fermentation, several strains of bacteria naturally prevent or added later lactobacillus, the leucana. You think you have all of these down pat, and you go, forget it. Lactobacillus, leuconostoic stock. I'll just pronounce it the best way I can. You can all fuss with it later. Pedococcosis, to name a few. My. You need a postdoctoral degree for those too. Farming doesn't take a postdoctoral degree. You just know it works. Can transform milk into an even more digestible food with high levels of lactic acid, numerous enzymes, and increased vitamin content. Soured or fermented dairy products like yogurt and kefir. I love kefir. Man, do I love kefir. Made with bacteria and yeast actually provide a plethora of health benefits for the savvy people who eat them. Being acid lovers, these helpful little critters make it safely through the stomach's acid environment to reach the intestines, where they really begin to work the magic. Down there in the pitch black dark, some of them make enzymes that help break protein apart. A real benefit for people with weakened digestion, whether it be from age, pharmaceutical side effects, or illnesses. Other strains get to work on fats by making lipases that chop triglycerides into usable chunks. Still others take on the milk sugars, lactose, and using fancy-sounding enzymes like beta-galactosidase, glycolase, and lactic dehydrogenase. Take notes. Yeah, right. They'll be on a quiz later. No. Make lactic acid out of it. As mentioned earlier, way up yonder in the carbohydrate section, having lactic acid working for you in your nether regions can be a good thing. Remember, it boosts absorption of calcium, iron, and phosphorus, breaks up casein into smaller chunks, and helps eliminate bad bugs. Raw milk, a living food with remarkable self-protective properties, but here's the kick. Most food tends to go south as they age. Raw milk just keeps getting better. Not to keep harping on this, but what the heck? Through helpful bacterial fermentation, you can expect an increase in enzymes, vitamins, minerals, availability, and overall digestibility. Not bad for old age. Use common sense and stick with whole, unprocessed foods free from genetic tweaking. There's still just too much conflicting information out there on that topic, and you'll likely be ahead of the game. Cook your foods minimally. I agree. I like the raw food the best, and you'll be even better. Learn about sprouting and fermentation. Question everything before letting it pass your lips. Explore what worked for countless generations before ours and put it to work for yourself. You can achieve great health by diet alone, and I'm doing it, and others are doing it as well. Now, I can't say on the raw milk part about it, but on the raw vegetables, I am doing just that. So, being that the raw milk, what do you want to call it? Movement is out, or the verbiage now is out there. Well, it's not really a movement because people want to do it, but they get locked down by the government because of it, which I understand to a degree, but no, I don't. How can you take something that's so beneficial? Okay, I know the environmentalists are going, but you're taking away from the mother for the calf. No, we're not trying to overproduce the cow to give more milk than it should. Okay, let's address that. But and that's where it comes on in having more cattle in your pasture, paddock, whatever you want to call it, your areas. But just think about it. Take a brief moment to think about it. I know a lot of people are going, but isn't that stuff that looks kind of brownish and has that thick layer on top, plus it has a little yellow stuff in it called the colostrum. Yep, sure do. I've had raw milk. It's delicious, and parents were raised on it until all of a sudden later on and down the road they says, okay, you got to homogenize it and pasteurize it before you send it to the truck to be hauled off to who knows where. So, I understand if people don't want to do it. That's fine. But don't come in with don't come in with anything but G-rated expressions on this channel. They'll be deleted. But if you have to express yourself, express it kindly. I don't want to do it. That's just not for me. And if you feel that I'm taking away from the calf or the cow because I'm drinking raw milk, do you really know how many products on the market today are used with powdered milk or a milk substance? No clue. Countless hundreds. And not to mention, you want to nitpick over raw milk, but you'll eat the crap out of corn. That's GMO. You'll eat corn till hell freezes over. It just doesn't make sense. And I'm not here to argue, and I'm not here to bicker or fight or contribute to anyone's mannerisms or whatever. This is not what this is about. This is just me talking about the things that I feel are important and are helpful and beneficial, and you take the information. That's where it all comes in. You take the information, you run with it, and if it doesn't meet your specification and if it doesn't fit your lifestyle, that's it. That's where it stops. We don't have to make an environmental issue out of it just because, hey, oh my God, it doesn't fit my lifestyle, so I don't think it should be here. Really? I thought we were supposed to all get along. We're all supposed to work together. We're supposed to be humans in this chain of life and this planet that we live on, and we all have to cooperate and maintain together. I'll gladly go live elsewhere in the mountains so you don't have to see me. That's fine. I would love, and I'm going. But don't take a benefit that was given to us by, however you want to call it, Creator, man upstairs, God, the Great Spirit. But don't take those things that are beneficial organically and not treated by man's means, by BGH, which is a horrible hormone, and all the many other things, just like what they do to chickens, and they give them arsenic and all these things. So that's my take on it. I'm only here to present it, and hopefully you'll like and subscribe and comment. G-rated only. and toss around some ideas. Say, hey, but raw milk is hard to come by, whether it be goat's milk, cow's milk, camel's milk, okay. Water buffalo milk, maybe. Yak's milk, I've heard of that. I don't see, and I know this is probably going to bring up some real eyebrows, but I don't see us as a human race taking breast milk from the mother that birthed us and her pumping the milk from her breast all of her life until she passes away, and then of course we're picking up the milk from someplace else and continuing to drink that all of our lives. I don't see that happening. We're weaned, we're off of it, we're fed formula, which is the worst thing that anybody could do, feeding your baby formula. If you've done, you've done, you did it. But and it can be corrected. The health symptoms of those things can be corrected, but I don't see that happening. So you have to have an alternative replacement. And probably vegans and vegetarians are out there going, you can make almond milk, you can make soy milk, oat milk, you can make rice milk, you can make cashew milk, macadamia nut milk, walnut milk. Yes, you can. You can. And I've drank them all. Well, not all of them, but I've drank quite a few. I haven't had oat milk yet. I haven't had Brazil nut milk or chestnut milk or walnut milk. I've had rice milk, and I had almond milk, and I've had soy milk, which I know people say, oh, it's terrible. But I believe there's a non-GMO soy out there, and I'm going to get it. But that's a whole nother discussion, and that's not for here. But this is raw milk, but all I'm saying is raw milk, beans, is so beneficial, and there's so many other areas that I'll be discussing and talking about also, and probably even farming practices and so forth. But there's all kinds of things and all kinds of areas that we can make sure that our health is better. But not only that, but we can as dairymen or farmers or whatever, even if you got just a little patch or just a little pasture with goats or camels, I mean, if it's your thing, do it. Hey, run with it. I got one from email from somebody saying they were selling camel's milk. Never tried it. I'm not going to knock it. I've had emu. That's good and weird and good and weird. But you can't knock it until you try it. You know, my parents always said, don't, unless you've had it, don't knock it. Don't say, yeah, gross, foul, nasty, gross. You can't. Well, you can, but anyway, raw milk has so many benefits and so many, even though it's been mispronounced by me, hey, can't help it. This is real life right here. A farmer that mispronounces. Okay, so I don't have a PhD in English phonetics. I'm just down to earth. But anyway, raw milk. I love it. I like it. I want some more of it. I wish they had it around here, but it ain't around here. You can take matters in your own hands, but you can't sell it. And I'm pretty sure one of these days they won't even let you drink it on your own. And that may be already coming. And they may not even let you talk about it one of these days. So now it's out there, I don't have any raw milk around here. It's just something that I would like to pursue once again, somehow, some way, somewhere. And it's good for you. So why take something away? That's my whole point. Why take something away that's good for you, beneficial? If done right, I can just see thousands of shelves lined in the store with brown milk with the cream still in it and the colostrum in it too. Oh my. People wouldn't buy it. I don't think they would. I really don't think people would buy it. There'd be some health conscious people that would just, if their credit cards or their bank account would allow them, they'd probably take all the refrigerator could hold. I hope to God they made it home in time before they drank it all. But I don't think people would buy it. I really don't. They're so sucked into that mentality that, and I may be wrong, but I think they're so sucked into that mentality that, hey, I see it at the store, it's got to be good for me. Sorry. Just because it's in the store doesn't mean it's good for you. So that's my take on it. I'm David Elon Brown for Favorite Farm and Soil Enriching Technology, trying to bring some things to light and to mind that will not just benefit the farmers, but benefit people as well, and bring a conversation between farmers and people saying, hey, we'd like to see this. Organic honey, that would be wonderful. Organic honey, raw organic milk, start doing everything locally and sustainable. That's how it should be, and it's got to be. 1,000-acre farming is probably here to stay, but I think that we could do locally sustainable once again. Even if you just got a 4 foot by 4 foot area to grow in, grow something in besides grass. I mean, come on. I've seen some people, all they grow is weeds. At least they're growing some. You got dandelions, go pick them. You can. There's all kinds of benefits to dandelion. You got chickweed, you got boards, you got, oh my goodness, clover, red and white. There's all kinds of benefits out in the yard if you haven't sprayed it and had some of those chemical companies come by and spray them. So come on, think outside the box. Grow some in your. You can grow in your home. You can grow in your studio apartment. Lots of people don't want to do that anymore. Oh, I can buy it at the store. I can get it at the farmer's market. I can get it from the co-op. Somebody will bring it to me. Pitiful. Pitiful. Shameful. You should be doing something. Your health is just that important, and that's where I'm at. Your health is just that important. Take it back. Take it by storm. Love and appreciate everybody. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and please excuse the English and the grammar. Hey, we do our best, and you just run with it. If it's not pronounced right, you understand it. If you don't, I'm sorry. I really am. I do apologize. So until next time, I'll join you next time with another reading or another article and some comments. Please comment, like, subscribe, and tell all your friends about this channel. We will see you next time. Take care.